Good evening. Coming up tonight, spring is coming to Carolina, bringing allergy season along with it. Find out how Columbia will be affected tonight.
South Carolina men's basketball is moving on from their head coach. More on what leads up to this change coming up.
And later, want a chance to see the stars? Stay tuned to find out how.
But first, our meteorologist Caiden Dinkins is in the studio here with us right now. Caiden, what's going on?
Well, Gamecocks, welcome back from spring break. We had a very interesting spring break here in South Carolina, as well as Columbia, South Carolina as a whole, but we will have some better weather coming up. But I do want to remind you, today is Pi Day, 3.14. I'm not going to list out the whole thing because I may mess it up, but also happy International Women's Day in STEM. That's why I'm wearing purple, representing all those women out there that are in STEM. But coming up, I'll have this week's forecast on SGTV Student News at 7.
Live from the Kennedy Greenhouse Studio.
This is Student News at 7.
Good evening, Carolina. I'm Daukshus.
And I'm Kendra Wilcher. Thanks for joining us tonight.
This past weekend, a shooting occurred at Green Crossing Apartments, leaving a 20-year-old woman dead and 4 injured. Those injured were a 22-year-old male, a 19-year-old male, and 2 16-year-old males.
When police arrived on the scene, people were running and driving away from the apparent party that sparked the conflict. Right now, police believe an argument at the party involving multiple people started the shooting.
UofSC PD reported that no victims were connected with the University of South Carolina. Officers have collected evidence from the scene and are looking for surveillance video evidence.
The incident is still under investigation. If you know any information, Columbia PD encourages you to call Crime Stoppers at 888-CRIME-SC. As our gas prices continue to rise, some states, including South Carolina, are calling for states to suspend the state gas tax. As of Friday morning, the average in South Carolina was $4.08 a gallon, while in North Carolina, the average price crept all the way to $4.19 per gallon.
When it comes to taxes for both South Carolina and North Carolina, residents from North Carolina pay 36 cents in tax per gallon, and as for a South Carolinian, gas is currently taxed at 22 cents per gallon, which is one of the lowest tax rates in the country.
Bringing things back local, there was a bill filed in South Carolina to suspend the gas taxes, but the downside is that those taxes are used for maintaining and fixing roads and bridges. According to North Carolina State economist Mike Walden, says that right now the state has a surplus that they can be used temporarily.
In North Carolina, Wawa is looking to open up its first store by 2024. Wawa is a popular convenience store and gas station that has stores across the East Coast.
Right now, officials cannot confirm specific locations or when construction may start.
The public relations manager says, quote, "As our Wawa family grows into new markets, we will forever treasure the important role we play in fulfilling customers' lives," end quote. More information will come in the future about Wawa's establishment to North Carolina.
For those with allergies, a new report states that the city of Columbia moved up 9 spots from spot 25 to spot 14 out of the top 100. Worst cities to live in during the 2021-2022 allergy season in the United States. According to the report, the main culprit in this case is climate change, which appears to be a major threat to public health, according to the National Climate Assessment from the U.S. Global Research Program.
The continuous rise of heat temperatures and droughts have become worse, which in return creates stagnant air that can lead to stronger allergy seasons. According to immunologists in Columbia affiliated with Prisma Health Richland Hospital, Dr. Henry Armrell says, "Our main pollen season is spring. We're getting it a little bit earlier this year."
The yellow pollen that we typically find on cars and on the ground is not the threat because it's so heavy. Emerald said, "It's the pollen that you see that is the problem."
Coming up, the latest in North Carolina sports with Myra Salters. Stay close.
The head coach of the South Carolina men's basketball team, Frank Martin, has been fired. The men's basketball head coach of 10 years was relieved of all coaching duties this afternoon, and the team will be going in a different direction as they approach next season. This was Martin's 10th season coaching the Gamecocks, who ended the season 18-13 overall and 9-9 in conference play. Over break, they fell 73-51 in their SEC tournament matchup against Mississippi, only scoring 4 points in the second half. If that doesn't speak for itself, they also were not selected to compete in either March Madness or the NIT this year. This is not to take away from Martin's success as a coach in Carolina, but as for what's next for the men's program and what they're looking for and what they need right now in a head coach is unknown. The national search for a new men's head coach will begin immediately. However, the women's basketball team did score a seed in the women's NCAA tournament, the #1 overall seed that is, in the Greensboro region. Over break, these ladies made it to the SEC championship and held their own against Kentucky, right until the very end before they fell at a buzzer beater with a final score of 64-62. With hearts and minds now focused on preparing for the NCAA tourney, Carolina will host the first 2 rounds Friday through Monday. The team will not know their first opponent until the first 4 play on Wednesday. Now, what we do know is that it's either going to be Howard or Incarnate Word. This will be the game that'll be that deciding factor. Tune in to ESPNU this Wednesday at 7 to stay updated. There you have it. That is all for my segment. Kendra and Megan, back to you.
Thanks, Myra. Coming up, a special treat for the astronomer in your life tonight. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Joining me now is entertainment reporter Beyonce Watson to talk about this week's events. What do you have for us this week?
Well, Megan, it's some exciting news for Gamecock astronomers because weekly night stargazing at the Melton Observatory is back. The historic observatory next to the horseshoe is free and open to all students and the public. But stargazing at the observatory is only open on clear Monday nights like tonight. So make sure to stop by between 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. tonight to take a look through different telescopes to see the planets, the stars, the moon, and so much more. Face coverings are required in the observatory and capacity is limited due to COVID-19 limits.
I'm going to be there tonight.
Yeah.
That sounds so fun. I've never been there. I always see it and walk by it, going to class.
I've never been there either.
Tonight sounds like the night. I'll see you there.
Okay, we'll see each other there. But Megan, we can talk about astronomy all day long, but one thing we can't talk about is Bruno. Yes, Bruno. The Walt Disney Animation Studios movie Encanto will be showing in Russell House Theater this Friday and Saturday night, starting at 6 p.m. Encanto is a part of Russell House's theater monthly movie series. The movie follows the life of the magical family, the Madrigals, in Colombia. Each family member is blessed with a special gift except for Maribel. So grab a friend and enjoy your free movie and free movie snacks in Russell House Theater this weekend.
Now I always see the TikToks.
You haven't watched Encanto?
I haven't seen it yet.
Megan. We have to watch that together then, okay?
Looks like I'll see you there too.
Okay, we'll see each other this weekend.
That's all we have for your entertainment news tonight. Coming up after the break, Caiden Dinkins will let you know what the weather will be like this week, so stay close.
Welcome back, Carolina. Those headlines for this week. We have some cooler temps tonight coming through as that wind brings in a light chill. Rain chances through Friday, unfortunately. Possible thunderstorms on Wednesday, but we have a nice weekend following all that rain. Now, coming up this week, we have on Tuesday, mostly cloudy, a little bit of chance of rain. Not too high, but it is afternoon showers. So we have just that rain cloud right there, mostly cloudy, high of 70 degrees, low at 54. We're getting right back into those warmer temperatures, which is wonderful. And then Wednesday, we have those possible thunderstorms. We have about a 60% chance that day of precipitation, but there is a slight chance of thunderstorms. So be on the watch for that. Make sure you're safe out there. Bring your rain jackets, bring your umbrellas, with a low of with a high of 66 and a low of 53. But what I was trying to say is that that temperature drops down just a bit. And then we're back up on Thursday for St. Patrick's Day. Like I said, wear your green, don't get pinched, with a high of 71 and a low of 51. Chance of showers, but those are more likely to be in the afternoon. Tuesday showers are actually going to be in the morning, I correct myself. And then on Friday, we have those showers once again in the afternoon, pushing off with a high of 75 and a low of 56. Saturday, we have a beautiful day, sun and with a few clouds, a high of 74 and a low of 46. Perfect for that St. Patty's Day parade we have coming up in 5 Points. And on Sunday, it is mostly sunny with a high of 72 and a low of 45. Nice and beautiful out before we start our week again. Now, right now here in Columbia, South Carolina, it is 64 degrees. It feels like 64. There is a slight wind chill of going southeast at 3 miles an hour. Humidity is 24%. Sky cover is barely anything, 6%, and it is clear and warm. Now the state highs today, it was funny when I was going back and making this because we have not had a show since almost 2 weeks ago, I guess, or a week ago, and because we had spring break this week, and I was looking at these temperatures and they almost were up at least 10 degrees from just a week ago. So we had a relative temperature of the upper 60s, 66 in Aiken, Columbia, Rock Hill, Greenville, and then that dropped down 1 degree in Greenwood. We have warmer temperatures and towards the coast, 67 Orangeburg, 67 Sumter, 68 in Florence, and then a little bit cooler in Myrtle Beach and on the coast with a high of 61, 65 in Hilton Head, and then 58 in Myrtle Beach. Like I said, that wind chill comes right in. But we have a beautiful week, not a beautiful weekend ahead, but we have some rain chances coming up, very low, so keep an eye on that, and then we have a beautiful weekend. Have a great week, Carolina, and make sure you stay tuned for tonight's edition of Carolina K9s.
And finally tonight's Caroline K9 features Bo.
The photo was submitted by our very own Connor Fisher. Bo is an 8.5-year-old Great Dane Black Lab mix who loves to take naps in the yard and pretend that he's a much smaller dog in order to sit on your lap.
That's so cute.
I wonder how heavy he actually is. Just
Right.
get stuck on the couch all day with him. It's an excuse.
Right. That's all we have for tonight's edition of Student News at 7.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at SGTV at UofSC.
To keep up with all things and all of our content, also visit us online at sgtvonline.com. For SGTV News 4, I'm Kendra Wilcher.
And I'm Daukshus. From all of us here at SGTV, have a great night, Carolina, and forever to thee.